Good morning. Today is the 6th of February 2016. My name is Mosasaurus, and welcome to another episode of FIFA 16 Paris Saint-Germain Career Mode. Now, as you can already tell, I have got a very sore throat, so there's probably going to be times where you won't hear my voice and I look like shit, but I was so excited to play this game yesterday, and it was so late. I mean, I had a pretty good day at work. I came home and I spent some time with my girlfriend, and then by the time I got a chance to play, it was about 12 o'clock, so I was really tired and she kind of needed a cuddle. So, here I am now on Saturday morning, and we have a lot to talk about, but personally, I would rather do less talking and more gameplay. But unfortunately, as always, I have to mention I do not own the rights to any of this game. This is simply for my own personal entertainment. I'm not looking to make a career out of this. It's for my own personal use to upload on my YouTube channel for future references, especially if my friends and the family want to watch. But before I do that, I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit because it's a little bit too high and I kind of look weird. I think that's much better. Yeah, I kind of want the body shot. I've just taken some medicine, so I feel like shit right now. Absolute shit. And you can tell that I look it. So if you can't hear me, I deeply apologise. But without further ado, let's get crack-a-lacking. So we are currently in the January transfer window. We have made a ton of signings, and at the moment you've got your three top deals right there for $37 million. Laporte has gone to FC Bayern for 35,500,000. Hamzik has gone to Manchester United, and for $34 million, Raffia has gone to FC Bayern. And then you got the latest deals right there, nothing of interest really. Moving on, I just wanted to explain which players we have brought in. So if we go to transfer negotiations, and we will look at the successful negotiations, we have signed our number one target in David De Gea. I'm so looking forward to seeing him in season 2 of my PSG career mode. Bearing in mind we got all of these players for free. All we're doing is paying for their wages. Another player who I was really excited to bring into the club is Naldo, a centre back, 85 overall. My third and finest signing is none other than Wesley Schneider, 84 overall. He plays the position of Cam, and we got him off of Galatasaray for free. Also, there's Xabi Alonso, Steve Mandanda, Samir Handanovic, Jonas, Vertonghen, Dempsey, Faguli, or Fagauli, Nkalu, Alex, Caceres, Benaglio, Benagar, Daniel Agger, and I think that is it. So if my calculations are correct, we have only got one spot available. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us right now because the players are not actually in our squad. There's a couple of, excuse me, I'm so sorry. There's a couple of players who are not on for transfer that have already been that have already been, I don't know how to pronounce it, that clubs have already tried to buy. Traore is in the transfer list. I've got no more room for this guy. He's got no great potential. I have a new policy, which I'm going to be eager to explain in February, of the game, of course, because in February we're going to check absolutely everything. Matuidi and Verratti are not for transfer. There was clubs that also asked for them, and Caligari is the only one left for a short-term loan. I would like to send him out to get some experience, but of course, that's not always the case. I do have a really good squad. You can see all the players in front of you who have been loaned out for 1 year and short term. You got Ongenda, Georgian, Pereira de Sá, Areola, Digne, Bebeck, Ikoko, Habran, Bambok, Augustine, and Kimpembe. So, if we have a look at my shortlist, we are going to take off Javier Hernandez because we could have signed him and we actually did. But Naldo came in and I thought, right, last space to spare, I'm just going to take Naldo. I can make more money off of Naldo than I can with Javier Hernandez, which is a shame. Okay, we still got our scouts in their respective countries. Youth staff. I could sign this German youth staff scout. But I don't think I want to start the youth academy just yet. I don't think I'm ready. And if anything, I would like a scout who is from France, just to keep it a little bit more traditional. Okay. I am so sorry for being so tired. I really shouldn't be doing this right now, but I'm so excited to play. I wish I could show you more energy. But we do, however, have the next game coming up in the Coupe de National. I might need to get some Vaseline. My lips feel a little bit dry. So, can you bear with me for just one moment and put something on to make this a little bit entertaining? What can I get you to look at? What about... Yep, have a look at my career statistics at the moment. While I go get some Vaseline, I'll be right back. Okay. That is done. And you had a good long look at my career summary. Now we're going to move on. We do have a big game ahead of us. It is the Coupe National round of 32. We are going against US Créteil. I'm thinking of playing the second squad. But at the same time, I don't know whether the Coupe Nationale represents a cup such as FA Cup in England, or if it represents the Capital One Cup. I always assumed it represented the FA Cup because it was later on in the season. But I've just noticed that Lucas is injured, so let's have a look at what's going on. He's pulled his calf and he's out for 2 weeks, so unfortunately he won't get to play today. Okay, let's have a look at the first squad and see if they're up for the task. You have Ibrahimovic up front, Cavani and Di Maria on the wings, Pastore and Verratti in midfield, Matuidi on CDM, David Luiz and Silva in the centre-back positions, and Kazawa and Uria on the left and right back positions, with Trapp being in goal. I've got Embolo on the bench, Lavezzi, Stambouli, Motta, Sule, Marquinhos and Sirigu. Unfortunately, Rabiot can't be on the bench at the moment because Motta is just a little bit higher in overall, so I'm afraid that is all she wrote. We've got everybody in their roles. I'm in an R in whether to do instructions for season 2. I really am, but we seem to be doing well on just default tactics. So give me feedback on that for my non-existent fans and future viewers. Unfortunately, right now we don't have Luke online, also known as L and F Games. Once again, I want to do a big shout out to him. He has been absolutely fantastic in terms of supporting me with my series. I've got to show a little bit more support with him, so if I manage to get some time today, I'm going to have a little browse on his YouTube channel and like some videos and give him some comments to the ones that I really like. So without further ado, guys, let's get crack-a-lacking. First game of the episode. I'm not too sure how long this episode is going to be. Obviously, I've got a lot more time today than I would normally do in the week because there is no work. Now, US Cretail have won, lost and drawn in their previous matches. You can see it right there on the right hand side. They're on a 4-2-3-1 formation. My squad looks good, and let's do this. I'm in the mood to play loads of different games today. I might play a bit of Battlefield 4 and a bit of Dying Light. Di Maria has scored in the first 8 minutes. It is now 1-0, 30 minutes in. The opposition have 2 yellow cards. Marquinhos comes on for David Luiz. Di Maria scores again in the 53rd minute. Matuidi gets a yellow on 54. 80 minutes in, it looks like we're going to get a comfortable win. And that does it. We certainly do. And I would like to mention previous deal that me and Luke had made. During a game on one previous episode, if you'd like to go back and check, he really wants me to sign Coutinho from Liverpool. And I said to him, okay, if I win this game with the exact score of 2-0, I will buy Coutinho for season 2 in the summer transfer window. He lost, but I felt so bad for him after all of his input in this January transfer window. I made him a new, bigger deal. And it was simply for the rest of the season, if I do get a score of 2-0, which I have, I will buy Coutinho as my first signing in the summer transfer window of season 2. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A little spoiler alert, Coutinho will probably come to Paris Saint-Germain. I'm going to try everything within my power to buy him. And we're going to move on. Looks like we'll go to the next round of the Coupe Nationale. We got an email. And Blaise Matuidi has picked up a suspension due to the fact that he's accumulated too many yellow cards. So he's not going to be eligible to play in our next match. Whether that be the Coupe Nationale, whether that be the Liga, we don't know. Now, let's look at some more news. FC Barcelona ready to bolster back four with Hummels and Boateng in sights. If they manage to sign Hummels or Boateng, that's going to be a huge signing. Top goal scorer Ben Yedder in high demand. It seems he's on the top of the wish list for most major clubs. And Raggy turns down Bournemouth move. So that is all she wrote for the news. We have got a Liga game coming up. I believe it's against Angers, but we are going to go to the calendar and simulate the January transfer window exactly like this. I click on the next day and I sim to the next day. I don't go to the central tab and advance like this because I want to receive those individual emails per day for all the transfers, and I want to see the transfer news every day. Lyonnaise in talks with Dortmund over Aubameyang. So I've mentioned before what a wicked signing that would be. Lacazette got signed off in the summer transfer window for $80 million to Spurs. What a spectacular signing. It'll be interesting to see where Spurs are in the table at the moment. Angers SCO keen on signing Sepulveda. Crystal Palace in talks with FC Schalke 04 over Boateng. That's not the Boateng from FC Bayern. It's a Boateng from, let me see, from Schalke. Yeah, of course. Sorry. SC Bashta told no by Oscar. That's Oscar from Real Valladolid. FC Augsburg bound. Miralles joins for free. From Fenerbahce. And that is all she wrote in the news. Got a game coming up against Angers. I have forgotten how many games my first team has played and how many games my second team has played, and I'm kind of nervous about that. So I might play the second team today because there's a cup game just around the corner. But we've got some emails, and we have a match rescheduled with Lille and a match rescheduled with Marseille. But there is a transfer offer for Salvatore Sirigu. Stade Rennais wants to buy Salvatore Sirigu for $24 million and 500,000. Alright. Now, my chief executive has said Sirigu has recently signed a long-term contract with us and is now playing great football. His market value should be between 24.8 and 30.2. So if you send a counter offer, they might go for it. Now, the way I see it is 82 overall. So he's a first squad player, 29 years old. His actual value is 18.5. He's in good form and his morale is content. Now, the reason his morale is content and not happy or very happy is because he is not my first team goalkeeper. He is my second team goalkeeper. I made a deal with him offered him a new contract, he accepted. I didn't give him a squad role, so I thought not having a squad role, he would give me less shit throughout the season in terms of playing more games. But that wasn't the case. He came forward and said, look, Gaff, I need more games. So I did give it to him, and then he was happy. But it seems to me that he's becoming content again. And with David De Gea coming, it would only be the case where I would have to sell off Sirigu because he's a first team player. Now, the only way I'll keep these first team players is if I offer them a new contract, which states that they don't have a squad role or they have a lower squad role. If they don't accept it, I'm going to have to sell them off because otherwise the board is just going to make me sell them anyway because they're unhappy and we have a reputation to uphold. Now, because Stade Rennais is a rival team, I might just risk it for a biscuit, and just ask for 35 million. That's exactly what I'm going to ask. I will sell him for 35 million because I don't have any intention in selling him off now, and it's a rival club. So if they give me 35 million, I'll be happy. So we're going into our next game of the season. It's a home game against Angers. We are going to use the second squad, but I want to make some adjustments first. Mbolo is in striking position, Lavezzi on the left wing. Lucas was on the right wing, but because he is injured, we're going to need to put someone else there. So, we have got a choice whether it should be Cavani, Pastore, or Di Maria. I'm going to say Di Maria because Lucas was complaining about his lack of gaming time. So Di Maria was on the bench for a little while. But since Lucas has injured himself, I guess we don't have to satisfy his needs. So Di Maria can play in the second squad on the right. Lucas will have to come off the bench. And I will probably put on Pastore. Now, I've just noticed Matuidi has the red card, because he's accumulated too many yellow cards. He's banned from the next match, so he has to come off the bench as well. In his place, I'm going to put David Luiz. So we've got Trapp, Silva, David Luiz, Verratti, Pastore, Cavani, and Ibrahimovic, the way it should be. Just checking the roles really quickly. They all look solid. I let the computer decide the roles for me. I just don't have the patience to do roles, instructions, and tactics right now. But I might put that into consideration in Season 2. So now that that's been saved, let's hope we can get another 3 points into the league. Before we go ahead and play, I just want to have a quick look at where Angers is. See, Angers are 11th. So this should be an okay win. We should be fine. I'm not worried. So they've had 2 wins and 1 loss in their previous 3 games. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get crack-a-lacking. Okay. 10 minutes into the game, Lavezzi scores in the first 11 minutes. Opposition have a yellow card. 40 minutes into the game. No more action. 50 minutes into the game. And they made a substitution. Ibrahimovic comes on for Mbolo. Cavani comes on for Di Maria. And Verratti comes on for Rabiot. And Ibrahimovic manages to score in the 86th minute, which leads to 2-0 yet another 2-0 win, because one way or another, Luke would have got his he would have got what he wanted, because that's 2 games in a row where we have won 2-0. And I do see a viewer, so I just want to say hi there. My name's Milzisaurus. Welcome to FIFA 16 Paris Saint-Germain career mode. This is a simulated career. I do not play any games. I'm a very different YouTuber than all the others out there. I'm not doing this for a career. I'm just doing this for my own personal enjoyment. And if you want to sit down, relax, grab some popcorn, get yourself some breakfast or something, you are more than welcome to. But he's not going to. He's just left because he figured that I was super boring. So, moving on. Updating facts. And we've got 5 emails. We have a scout report, and these scout reports are really frustrating because they are not players with 12 months left on their contract. Excuse me. Do you know what I mean? And it's really frustrating that they send me these reports and I don't know why. So if anybody watches this video, please let me know in the comment section. Czech Republic would like me to manage their country team. I do not do international competitions. I have no interest in doing international competitions. We do have a press conference for the upcoming game against Lyonnais. We are going to do what we always do and motivate the squad. Player returns from injury. So Lucas is returning to rejoin the first team squad's training sessions. It's up to me now when I want to ease him back into action. But there is a chance I could aggravate his injury, so I need to evaluate that before the next game. Suspension is over for Blaise Matuidi, so that is good. He's eligible for selection again. And that is it for the emails. We're coming up to the Coupe de Ligue semi-finals against Lyonnais. Lyonnais, I think they've beaten us at some point in this season, but I can't remember when. So I'm just gonna go with it and see what is on the transfer news. We have loads of new stories to tell. We've got FC Lorient interested in Suarez. Don't get excited. It's not Luis Suarez. It's Suarez from RSC Anderlecht. Roma keen on signing Goetze, and you heard me right. Roma keen on signing Goetze. Top goal scorer Ben Yedder in high demand, so there's another yet high demand for the top goal scorer Ben Yedder. Is proven invaluable to Toulouse. Might find himself in the middle of a tug of war if offers start to come in. Borussia Dortmund have reportedly shown some interest in the 25-year-old, but they are yet to make an official bid. Okay, Chievo Verona interested in Di Siglio. Di Siglio is a fantastic defender. I might need to invest in putting some money on him in the future. Chelsea retained services of Piazon, so I think FC Nantes wanted to buy him. And finally, we got Andresen, declined move to Sassuolo. Yeah, he declined a move. But that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave it there for this episode. This has been FIFA 16 Paris Saint-Germain, part 17, I think. Yeah, part 17. I'm your boy Milzisaurus. I hope you've had a really good time. I do appreciate all the likes and comments you give me from all my non-existent fans and future viewers. That about does it, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Peace.